Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. I'm Kim. Tonight's video features the January budget and some groceries and grocery prices in our first January grocery haul. So I hope you're all well and I'll see you again in the next video.
Okay, in tonight's video we're going to discuss January 2026 budget. So my husband's income is $2,000 this month versus $2,800. Two reasons for that. The insurance that his company carries always goes with either a new company or some sort of a new policy in that for its employees, and that's done every end of the year or beginning of the next year. And that was done this year or for this year, and it came out to be a 23% increase, the biggest one yet. And so it's an extra $100 taken out of each paycheck. My husband gets paid twice a month, so he's down $200 right at the beginning of the year. And then as far as the other $600 during the Christmas and New Year's break, there's like a forced shutdown. They this year they went without 20 hours of pay. In Wisconsin, it doesn't unemployment doesn't pay until you've actually been off work 1 week, and then it pays the second week. So then you file on the third week for the second week. So there's not enough hours to file for unemployment. So this year we're just taking the 20-hour pay shortage. So for that, thankfully, we prepared weeks ago or months ago, knowing this was coming, by solidifying our savings plan and putting money aside for this income shortfall. However, in the past, we've had issues that have come up in the wintertime or with our car or with our cat. They took a lot of our savings. And when this shortfall occurred, I had to sell extra on eBay and extra on the Facebook Marketplace and stuff like that to make up for this shortfall. So this year, I did not have to do that because the money had been put aside for our expenses. So my husband's income then for the month is $2,000. I didn't make any money in for YouTube in December, except for under the threshold of $100. I think I made $37. And YouTube pays out once you reach 100, so nothing coming on January 21st. I am working again on listings on eBay just because I have things to sell, so I want to sell them. My income from training for a new job come in at $565. Is paid this month. It was paid actually the other day, right after the 1st of January. So I've got some of my own income to work with in our budget. And then I was paid just after January for consulting work done in December, and that was $115. And so there wasn't a lot that I could do consulting work in December because most people have wrapped that kind of stuff up by the end of the year and then start again looking for people that can consult them with finances and stuff, usually by the end of the first quarter of the next year. So that's what I'm looking forward to, though I'm starting a new job January 19th. So our total income is $2,680. Our rent did go up $1,550. Our electricity went up from last year at this time. It went up 28% to $160. Our rent going up 5.8. Car insurance went up 11%. It went from $70 or $69 last year to $80 this year at this time. So 11% insurance, I talked about that. 23% increase in health insurance. Phone, we don't have a year over year, so phone 2 lines, they're both smartphones instead of one smartphone, and then paying for track phone minutes is $126 a month. And then our grocery budget is $700. That also includes now our household, our cleaning, our personal, and our kitty. We are not getting a very big tax return back, and so I will not be able to purchase the household, cleaning, and personal out of a tax return. So we're going to have to take the inventory of everything that we have in the household along those categories, see what we have, and see when the next time it is that we need to buy it, and then look for the price, and then try to fit it into our food budget. So, I've been challenged over the last year or so with taking our food budget down, or food and household budget down from $1,200 to what it was, $335, $350. So it's just another challenge, but I think that I can meet it, and I think that I can do a good job. Yes, things will be tight. But at least, we have this much to work with, and I'm just going to have to do the best that I can do with what I have. So as far as grocery shopping and buying stuff for our household and personal. And then gas, just with our one old car yet, we haven't purchased our new car yet, is $60 a month. So I wanted to kind of show you a price comparison. Like, this channel is, about cooking and grocery hauls, shopping and stuff like that. That's always going to be a part of my channel. And then budget. I've had such a outpouring of people not only emailing me but leaving it in the comments that they really enjoyed my budget videos. And my budget videos always focused on retirement and our savings and our sinking funds and personal financial goals and what we were saving for and stuff. And I'm going to switch from that to more of our budget, because we've lived on a budget for a few years now. I created a budget. We've lived on it. It's been adjusted a few times, but nevertheless, this household is on a budget, and we have learned through that budgeting how to save. We've learned how to deal with increase in costs, losing a job, lower income, not making as much as we're used to. We've learned how to do all those things and more, and that's basically, in our case, thanks to having a budget, being on a budget. So I'm always going to discuss a budget. I'm just not going to, and I guess that was kind of where I was at when I chose to just not maybe have budgets anymore, was I just didn't feel like sharing our own personal goals or stuff like that was really contributing anything to the world, to wherever these videos fall, on whatever ears these videos fall, into whatever, wherever they go when I make the video. It's really not contributing to what I want it to contribute to by just sharing personal financial goals. What is more practical and what I feel is more a contribution in my creating a video about a budget would be to show people, this is how I created our budget, this is our budget, this is what we have, this is how we're going to spend it, and when there's a shortfall, this is what we're going to do to help with that shortfall. When there's an increase in groceries, this is how I'm going to do it, this is what we're going to do. And if that helps people, which was always the reason why I decided to go public with my videos and stuff, if this helps people, or we can work back and forth in the comments to see how something, problem or an issue can be solved with shortfalls in incomes or job losses and stuff. This is much better than discussing, how much I saved going forward for retirement or for our home or for a new car or whatever. I really don't want to go down those paths of discussion, but I'd love to go down the paths of discussion of how to deal with, as I said, lower income or a loss of income, or retirement, which is a loss of income, higher prices, costs going up and stuff like that. Show you how we're dealing with them, and try to help people going forward. So I will have that, since budgeting and having a budget is an integral part of our life, our lifestyle, our home life, our finances. I'm going to continue to discuss that. So as I went into the store on, I think it was, we went December 23rd, just before Christmas Eve, we bought a few items. And then we went back in just to see if there was an increase, because I heard through the grapevine there was going to be an increase right after December 25th. We bought staple items. And I don't know how many grocery products we buy in a month. Just as an estimate, I'd say between 65 and 80. Here are, I believe, 9 of them. We buy lettuce every month, milk, eggs, bread, spinach, tomatoes, bananas, cereal, and yogurt. And those are the costs that we paid on the 24th, $2.48, $2.98, $2.88, $1.98, $2.48. Tomatoes were 68 cents a pound. Bananas actually went down. They were 52 cents a pound. My cereal, which is Rice Krispies, was $4.58 a pound, and yogurt, just one container, $2.47. When we went shopping, I took note of what the prices were right after Christmas, and as you can see, we have increases. 20% increase in the lettuce, which is grown in Virginia. Milk is 8%, eggs 13%, bread 20%. The great value bread, which is $1.42, $1.47, the shelves are cleared by the time we get to the store, so we almost never see that bread sitting there. Spinach 20%, tomatoes 35%, decrease in the bananas of 4%, cereal 8%, and then just one container of great value yogurt went up 7%. So we don't shop, the big name brands or anything like that. We're looking at Bright Farms out of Georgia, great value, the cheapest in the store after Great Values. Market side spinach, bulk tomatoes, bulk bananas, Rice Krispies, and great value. So if you just take those few grocery items that are basic staples in our household, it's $23.19 was what we paid for on December 24th or 23rd, whichever day we went. And then right after Christmas, we would have paid $25.52, an increase of $2.33. Monthly, if we just have 4 weeks, $932. And if we take that $233 times 52 weeks of it just staying that increased price, it's $121.16. So on my channel, I will always share what money that we earn. I will always share what our expenses are. I will always share what I pay in groceries. My bottom line, our bottom line between our income and our expenses is very, very important to me. I'm going to be retiring in under 3 years, so all of this is very important to me. And when I retire, we just want to be able to afford a roof over our head, food in our stomachs, and to be able to pay our bills and any type of unforeseen emergencies or health care and so on and so forth. We don't want to have to go into debt. We don't want to ever have to use credit cards or bank loans or lines of credit or any of that. We want to keep a simple life, a humble life, a modest life, like the one that I was used to growing up with, where all things were taken care of. We struggled and we strived. My dad was ultra super conservative and taught us kids, to live within our means, and that's what I want to be at 61 years old, and I'm working hard towards being that person. So you talk about just 9 groceries going up $121.16 in a year, and if we have another 9 groceries going up, it could very well be. Now, last year I haven't added it up, but I did it in September, and what we had bought year over year was already $939 more. So, it's very important to keep track. Not even 10 years ago, I used to just go into the grocery store, put it in the cart, and that was that. Whatever it added up to be, I came up with the cash. It hasn't been that way now for a long time. Whatever we put in the cart, when it's going up in that, eventually, it is going to affect our bottom line, and we are going to be less that money when it comes to the end of the year, where we were like, we hope to have X amount in savings for our retirement, or we hope to be able to afford to do this or that. And that money's gone because the increase in groceries has been up over $1,000 in that year's period of time. So it is important to me. We have increases in groceries and decreases in groceries all the time. So my channel will continue to talk about that, because I'm going to be showcasing grocery hauls and meal plans and stuff that have to do with food. And obviously you're going to see what it costs through me talking about my grocery purchases and showing you the receipt. And so it's an integral part of this channel as well. So it has nothing to do with anything other than sharing our life, sharing what we make, and sharing what we spend. So I hope you're all well. Thank you for stopping by. I appreciate you watching my videos, liking my videos, commenting on my videos. I'll see you in the comments. Till next time, take care, be well, and I'll talk with you again.